A little surprise from Tycho. After Max's live, he wanted a chance to hang out on camera. Do you see that, Tycho? Is that fun? Do you see anybody in there? Is anybody joining you? Oh, my bird. What's going on down there? Let's drop just a little bit. Oh, yeah. Ooh. What do you think? What do you think? Hey, I'll say boo. I see Maximosaurus, this 04 the second, Pie Girl. Yes, it is kind of fun that we just suddenly popped up live. After the stream, Tycho wanted to go and play on his own, or Max wanted to go play on his own, and Tycho wanted to come out and hang for a little bit. Don't know how long Tycho is going to hang out, but you know, with Tycho, nothing is ever guaranteed. Doris, Mookie, Connie, you guys are in for round 2. So Tycho just came over for a little bit of a quick streaming visit. We'll see how long he wants to hang out. Tycho streams tend to be pretty chill. He's never been a huge fan of the paparazzi birdie. But we have definitely had some humorous streams with him. Is it yoga time? It's yoga time. What do you think, Tycho? Got a box? Now I know that there is a problem with that box. Can I fix the problem with that box for you? Let me move this over. Can I grab this up? Uh-oh. Yep. Lift that up. Move that over. There. Oops. Fold that in. I'm going to fold that in. Oh, you like breaking into boxes, don't you? And then I'm going to go this way. I'm going to pop this flap in. Now that's a fun box. It's a closed box. Tycho, you can chew on that box. Right. You can greet the box, you can do yoga with the box. Do you think that box would make a good nest box? Usually what you're after when you're looking at boxes. that good? That does look good, Tycho. Hi. Hi is definitely his word of, well, his favorite word probably. Right up there with I want. He uses it a bit of a greeting. Now, Tycho definitely is not as talkative as somebody like Einstein, but every bird is different. Every African gray is different. Is that right, Tycho? So, Tycho, are you going to chew on the box? Or would you prefer me to get you something special to chew on? Would you like, let me move the box, okay? Box a little bit. There we go. And I'm gonna go get you. Tycho, what is it? Do you know what it is? Hey, Tycho, would you like to hop to the top of that? Because I think it's a better spot to film from. Okay? And since I've got a camera, I'm going to pick you up on a stick. Can you do the steps? There you go, steps. Thank you. So I'm going to adjust the camera so you are there. And I'm going to offer you a mahogany pod. We're going to go a lot higher. You can really see the size difference between Max and Tycho, especially on the chair. It's a Ma pod. Did you drop it? Did you wait until I wash my hands? Tycho, would you like another mahogany pod? You get one more try. You drop that one, I'm not getting you anymore. Of course, Tycho knows he has me wrapped around his little claw. Are you testing that, Tycho? Are you wondering if I will get you more? Can I pick up that one that you just dropped? Want me to pick that one up? Is that good? Is that a good pod, buddy? That looks quite tasty. And that's definitely the way of the bird. Sometimes toys and treats just get dropped. They actually still want them. Tycho, I am not going to pick that one up again. Because you are being a brat. That's what you're doing. Connie, sometimes we have pop-ups with Tycho. We never schedule them because we never know what Tycho wants to do. Yes, Tycho. You know, soon, Buki, sometimes it's nice just to surprise with Tycho streams. With Tycho, there's never any expectations, though. I mean, it might be 2 minutes, it might be 5 minutes. You never know with him. Yeah, Jezebel, him drop. Yeah, Tycho does sometimes like to play drop and throw as well. And he has his own ideas about things. Hey, Tycho, would you like a wooden block? Tycho, did you see your sibling playing drop and throw? You know what? There might be something to that. The stop. Let's try the other way. Okay, would you like a yellow block? What a blue block. Yellow block. Cup. Stack of cups. The other stack of cup. Green. Blue cup. Hat. Oh, no hats. Clear cup. Ho ho! You're playing just like Max. So Tycho, do you want to play some cards after a big stretch? So Tycho, today I have a yellow duck. It's a yellow duck. And I have an orange. The orange is also colored orange. Can you show me which one's the yellow duck? Pick the yellow duck. Which one's the yellow duck? Okay, you don't have to be in the mood to play that game. I offer it. Had a bit of low growling, and I think that was in response to the fact the camera is still there. Adjust that up a little bit. Hey, Tycho. Tycho, would you like a jingle ball? A gentle jingle ball? The jingle ball. Tycho seems fascinated that there's something inside. Would you rotate that way? Okay. How about the other jingle ball? Touch. If you touch it, it'll flip over. Okay. So Max and Tycho play with these games very, very differently. For Tycho, he likes seeing a cause and effect. The game that I played with that one ball with sort of the little tinkly balls in it is if he touches it, the ball flips over and the little balls tinkle. And if he touches it again, it flips over again. So he's basically in control of it. When he quits doing it, sometimes I'll do a gentle flip just to see if he wants to go for it. But he seems to really get into that game. He loves making things happen. And it does not take him long to figure out that things happen. He does sometimes play with books or cards. He does not want to do that on camera today. And with Tycho, there are no expectations. I mean, he likes to entertain himself. And we let him do so. Yes, Tycho is tiny. He's quite a red button chicken, a red butt chicken. Yeah, Barbara, that particular ball, friend Lori gave that one to us. Are you still in camera there, buddy? Or do you need me to move that? I think you walked out of camera. It was pretty clever. So do you think you could learn from your sibling? Max got told that was a no. You got told that was a no. How about something you can chew on? Like a birdie bagel? Oh yeah, birdie bagel. So today, Tycho has the attention span of a gnat. 3.5 seconds per toy. But that's okay, I mean, he is a bird. Oh, Tycho, I've got an idea of something you might like. Let's see. Big one. See if I can snap this. Tycho, look what I've got for you. Do you know what it is? Pull a couple of little guys off so you don't have surprises. And I need to share a little bit of this with Max, otherwise we're going to have screaming happening. Max prefers his corn off the cob But Tycho likes his corn on the cob. Here you go, cobby of corn. Tycho usually manages to not drop it on the floor. I think that was my fault because I let go of it too quickly. I'm sorry, Tycho. Let me reach. Let me reach. Do you like that again? Got it this time? It's going to be a corn massacre. Tycho, I'm just going to sneak in here and put a piece of newspaper down, okay? Thank you. I don't want the box all wet. Now, Tycho is a fairly neat eater, but he has a tendency to fling food. So after this, I'm probably going to have to wipe down some walls. It's okay if you wipe down the wall right after he's finished eating. The problem is if you don't notice it. And food like corn that's chewed on tends to become quite hard to wipe down. Tycho, are you done with this? Or do you still want it? I know you are small compared to the corn. Oops. Let's see if I can get it a little closer. Just a regular sized cob. Tycho understands how to hold it. Tycho will actually hold an entire cob of corn by himself. He's about liking to be very independent. He usually insists on holding his own food. He's been eating a fair bit this morning, so he might not be too hungry. And he does like to vanquish his corn cobs. If I put a chunk of corn cob in his cage, it tends to get thrown around from end to end of the cage a few times. He shows that corn who's boss. So, don't you? Okay. And Tycho, you are clearly the boss. Come back here. Just come up a little bit. So I'm not sure what else you want to work on today, Tycho. I'm just going to leave you alone and see what you do. Yeah, Tycho likes to prove that he is a strong bird. You know, I've got one video that I've posted before, and I laugh every time I see it. I was offering him a corn cob, and I was expecting him to pull a few bits of corn off of it. Well, he grabbed the whole cob, and he yanked it. He wanted it. He stole the entire cob from me, and then almost overbalanced himself, and almost fell over as it started swinging, but he bravely held on, and fought for it, got his balance, and started holding the cob and eating it. So he definitely likes being a bit of a strong bird, but you know, I'm not going to tell him he can't. If I put a corn cob like that at the bottom of his cage, he will fight to carry it up to a tall perch, eat a bit of it on the tall perch, toss it down, and continue playing. So it's something he enjoys. Yeah, Connie says with Tycho, she makes little slices and he can't really hold it in his feet, it's too heavy. If Max gets a chunk of corn cob, he's a little bit scared of it for some reason in a food bowl. And he will back away from it, and it can keep a food bowl hostage for a day. He prefers smaller pieces. Tycho has no fear. I mean, I honestly don't think that Tycho understands that a pumpkin is 20 times his own weight. He'll haul that thing around his cage, and he'll just fight with it. He just enjoys it. So, you know, whatever the birds enjoy doing, I let them do. Hey, Cheryl. Yeah. So you never know what Tycho wants to do. Sometimes he just wants to sit quietly. Yeah, totally different birds. Now, I've had some people message me to ask me why Tycho was on Max's channel, and it's like, well, he's a sibling. I mean, you know, Max is the star of the show, but this one really is Max and friends. Max will share the spotlight. And I think sometimes it is kind of fun to see them interacting and to see the rest of the flock. But the majority of what we put out is about Max. And that's the way it should be. Jezebeli asks if I've ever talked to the Mr. Max channel from the States. Jezebeli will watch that one sometimes. We sometimes comment back and forth with them. We're a different channel to them. We do different things. You know, there's a number of cool bird channels. The bird channels that I talk to the most, there's a few different channels on InstaFlock that I communicate with regularly. Obviously, Einstein. You know, Einstein's on YouTube. We chat back and forth a fair bit. Barney, the West Coast cockatoo, we tend to comment back and forth a fair bit to each other. That's usually over on Facebeak. So, I mean, we do hang out with some other flock members, but you tend to get to know some of the other birds in the space. Nerd Incognito, you are 100% correct. Tycho is the deep thinker, introvert. Yeah, Cheryl, I do try to make sure that Tycho gets on the camera a little bit, but he's not going to be on the camera all the time. You know, and he's happy with that. He does not want to be on the camera all the time. He wants to sort of hang out and be the strong, silent type. But Tycho, he is the ultimate strongman. I mean, the strong bird. It absolutely amazes me. And I can tell you the coffee is very good this morning. So Tycho's watching me drink coffee, and did you just hear the sound he made? He's making fun of me drinking coffee, and he made a loud slurping sound. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the cupboard for a cup, because Tycho just told me something important. That's right, Tycho. Tycho says that he is thirsty. I'm going to move the camera a little bit. I didn't notice you were sliding out of sight there. You want some water? That good? It is really good, isn't it? Good more? Is that the good service? Your beak's dripping. More water? So I just got you an entire mug of water for 3 tiny sips. Okay, last call for water. Beak. Last call? Okay, it is the last call. Tycho sometimes thinks it's funny to get me to put away the cup, pop in the dishwasher, and then he asks me if there's another cup of water for him. He does know that he is the king of the castle. One of Tycho's nicknames that he's adopted for himself is Her Grayness. Her Grayness. Tycho does say this himself, and obviously when you heard her, at one point we did not know what gender Tycho was. Tycho was born in 96, buddy? Yeah, it was 96. So, you know, he's old and wise, but in that time he has never laid an egg. When he was younger, DNA sexing was not available the way it is today. So we did not know for sure what gender Tycho was and started calling Tycho her. You know, quarter century in, there are no eggs. I'm pretty confident that Tycho is a he. And he's pretty happy with life, so I'm not going to complain. You know, he can call himself her greatest if he wants. So, reading comments. Buzz asks, Tycho, you know that is the first name of the person who did observational work on planets used by Kepler. Well, Buzz, there's actually a really interesting story. When we first adopted Tycho was 6 months old, and we were looking for a name. We knew Greys were a very smart bird, and we wanted a name that would reflect that. But, you know, you heard a few other bird names, and you didn't want something that was overused. I mean, there's quite a few birds out there called Einstein and whatnot, so we wanted something a little bit unusual. And I wanted a name that if the bird was lost, I could stand outside and call without the neighbors thinking I was insane. You know, if you call your cat Fluffy or your pet Fluffy and you have to step outside to see what's going on, you're standing there, Fluffy, Fluffy, you're going to look pretty silly. But I wanted a human name, but I wanted one that was not in common use. So the name Tycho was actually inspired by a scientist by the name of Tycho Brahe. I may be mispronouncing the last name, but that is exactly where Tycho got his name from. He was named after Tycho Brahe. So there's a little bit of a story for you, Buzz. So I find it so cool that you made the connection there, even before we shared a little story. So. Buzz says, without Tycho's work, maybe we would not have had Einstein. Absolutely. So Tycho's actually, he always boggles my mind with how smart he is. He's a little bit of a trickster, but he watches an environment and figures out how to manipulate it. At one point, he actually learned how to open up his cage, and he figured out that it was easier, when he first learned, he figured out it was easy to open from the outside, but not the inside. So a couple of times, I found that, you know, I'd gone out and I came home, and you know, here's this bird looking sweet as anything, but there's evidence the bird had been out and doing stuff, and I'm thinking, what's going on? And one morning, I went and got him some fresh food, some fresh munchies, and I popped in his cage, and he had 3 doors on his cage. He had a water bowl door, a food bowl door, and an extra food bowl door. And you know, I noticed one day when I'd gone out to get stuff, he had woken him up. He woke up, gave me a big yawn, a big stretch, the morning poop, which is huge. If you have birds, you know what that morning poop looks like. It's pretty big, but he gave that and he just went back to sleep, or so he pretended. When I went out of the room, I heard him walking out of his cage. I came back in, and he was standing on his perch, and he quickly pretended he was asleep. And there was just something about that. I just looked at him like, you're being way too sneaky. So I took a look, and he actually opened up the door, one of the side doors to his cage, and climbed in, because he figured, you know, I would close the main door when I went to work, and this way he'd have freedom of the house. And I sort of caught him, I closed that, and after that, he did try to sneak out and get that door a few more times, and then I got to using some clips on the doors, which made it harder for him. So he knows that he's not supposed to, but he figures if the door's been open from the outside, he's allowed to go out of it. Always kind of funny, but he is a very, very intelligent bird.
Let's see. I've just lost a bunch of comments here. Hi Girl asks, I've seen a number of questions here that I have missed. Cheryl asks, how old is Tycho? Tycho was born in 96 and it is now 2021. So he is 25 years young and about to turn 26. So, you know, he is getting up there in age, but doing well. Yeah, Connie, certainly Tycho has different ways that he stands. You know, he has a lot of really interesting body language. Pie Girl, what's the weight difference between Max and Tycho in grams? Oh my goodness, an awful lot. Pie Girl, I'm just going to say it's about a kilogram difference between the two of them. Grays are about, on average, 500 grams. Max is about 1.5 kilograms. So I've not weighed Tycho recently, but you know, there is a significant weight difference and a significant size difference. Yeah, Tycho's definitely the strong silent type. He's ignoring the phone camera right now, which is a good thing. He's just giving himself a bit of a preening. And I think Tycho knows that he's handsome. Oh, KT, I'm glad to hear the tornado warning was canceled. Please, please keep safe. So, for those of you who may be watching this stream and may not have caught Max's other stream, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the news and what's new and upcoming. Because I know not everybody watches these live, and not everybody watching live is jumping into the comments. But we've got a hatchiversary coming up for Max. Max will be celebrating a hatchiversary, and I don't actually know what Max's hatch day is. So what I determined is I said, you know, we're going to celebrate his hatch day halfway through the year, and Canada Day seems like a really good time to do it, which is July the 1st. So July the 1st is his hatch day, and we're going to be having a hatch day party live on the regular stream on the Saturday following, which I believe is the 3rd. So that is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. Max had some exciting news this week. He won a bougie bird contest with Avian Fashions. I'm really excited about it. They've got a new fancy collection coming out for their bird suits and their hoodies, and they're calling the collection Burberry. It is actually so cute. It's high fashion, and I really can't wait to see Max in it. We're just figuring out his size, and once he's sized, he'll be sporting a hoodie and a bird suit. So really excited about that. Something a little bit new for him, but I think he'll probably take to it. So we're excited about that. We've gotten a package in the mail that we're going to be doing a grand opening of, and that will be posted a little bit later this week. It's something kind of fun, but Max, I was thinking about doing it during Max's stream, but then he kind of got tired, and I thought, no, I want to get him to open it when he's excited. So we'll catch that one a little later on. So there's some stuff happening this week. You know, we're going to have our regular videos out this week. I owe everybody an apology on the Thursday video. I scheduled it, but I managed to mess up the date that I'd scheduled it for. And lunch hour at work, I stopped to just take a quick check-in on the video, and I thought, well, where's my video? And that's why it was posted 4 hours late, because I do post them in advance and I schedule them so that they come out at a predictable time. So that's why that video was late, but we did have some really fun videos out this week. We had the big one with Tycho enjoying his mom pod. That one was fun. Outdoor videos are always kind of fun too. We had some caption videos with Max talking. This coming week, this last week we've had a few storms in the evening, and Max has been okay with going outside. We haven't gone too far because he gets really offended when the sky drips on him. But he had a look at some of the storm clouds and a little bit of a short walk around just within a few steps of the house. And he seemed to enjoy that, but I think we'll do sort of a little bit of a storm chaser video with him where he's out looking at it, because he certainly does get a bit nervous with dark clouds. Having said that, it's still good experience for him to understand that he's safe and they're not going to hurt him. So sometimes I do encourage him to step beyond his comfort level a little bit, but I'm always there with him. And when he says, we go home now, we go home now. You know, I know the alternatives, I'm going to get shot pretty good. But it gives him an opportunity to just explore the world and feel a little bit safer in it. Always good to see you, French Paul. Yeah. And we are definitely having a detailed preening by Tycho. Tycho usually does not preen for the camera, so this is kind of cool. Are you enjoying that, buddy? Enjoying that? Yeah, Tycho. So there's a difference between eating the chair and preening. No, giving me stink eye is not going to help. I'll walk away. Now, although I've got the cell phone trained on him, I've got my old phone in my hand, so I can keep up on comments, and that's something I do when I'm streaming. Go poop. Big poop, buddy? Okay. But that's certainly something I do while I'm streaming, is I try to have a device where I can read comments. Makes it much easier to interact with the flock. I know I don't catch all of the comments, but I do try. As you can see from Tycho's wing there, fully feathered, not trimmed at all right now. I mean, he's not going outside. He's behaving himself. Of course, French Paul, we love to see you. And Tycho is nothing but polite. Yeah. So Tycho is fully flighted right now. We're obviously super careful with doors. We live in Canada, and we're not in a high-rise apartment or anything. So when you open up the windows here, there's always going to be a screen there, so we are pretty safe. Doors, very careful with. You know, the rule of thumb is doors do not open unless the flock is in a cage or on a leash. You know, Tycho, the last couple of years, has not been super happy with going on a leash. I did get him a new harness this year, and we're slowly beginning to acclimatize to it, but he's still a little bit unsure about it. You know, I've got him a blue aviator, and actually I'm going to bring that one over. Spotted this one in an auction in support of Mika's birdhouse in Edmonton, and since I've been thinking about an aviator harness for Tycho. So you don't see the aviator harnesses too often with oops, let me just get that one around without maps in them. So I'm bring this one over. That was actually a phone ringing. I just declined that, but this one's an aviator harness. I'm just going to bring it over, and you can see this is the hole that the head goes through. This is what goes over the body and under the feathers, and then this gets snugged up. And Tycho's still a little bit unsure about his new harness, so we're not putting it on him yet, but we're showing it to him. Just look at the look he's giving it. He's not too sure. This is just like Max's harness, Tycho. It's just like Max's harness. So I let him see that I'm playing with it and that it's safe. And I'm keeping it in sight. So Tycho is very different from Max. Tycho likes to take his time, to investigate the world and find out if it's safe or not. That was very nice. You gave it a kiss. Yeah. But I'm not going to just pop it over his head unless he's comfortable with it. Yeah, see, can pet you, and it's very nice. Okay. It's your body. Yeah, okay, we'll move the harness. So Tycho does have the ability to choose what he wants to do. And he certainly sees harnesses go on Max all the time. Yes, that was my ringtone. For those of you who are laughing at the ringtone, I was not going to answer the phone while I'm in the middle of a stream. That ringtone is actually Tycho saying hello. And it was a recording of Tycho saying hello, 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 hello. And I thought that was just absolutely hilarious. And I set that one up as a ringtone for Tycho's owners, and then I set it up on my phone to be a ringtone for when they called me. There was great confusion after Tycho had left that time, and suddenly I heard Tycho helloing me, and it was neither of my birds, and it seemed to be coming from behind me. That was quite funny. But so it's on the phone as a ringtone, and during one of the updates of the phone reset ringtones for everybody, and I don't get many phone calls, so I haven't changed it. So Tycho saying hello is the ringtone. You know, if I was not at home, it would probably be a much more professional ringtone. Hey, Tycho. Oh, look at those pretty, pretty feathers. So, Tycho, would you like a quick scritchy? A quick scritchy? Oh, yeah? Scritch? So with Tycho is very, very set on his own body and his, you know, he has a right to it. I ask him if he wants a scritchy. He does not always want a scritchy, but I give him the choice. I leave him in control. You know, if I don't ask verbally, I will offer him one, and he can tell me if he wants one or not. If I just go in for a scritchy and I've not offered it, or he's not indicated he wants one, I will get chomped on. If I try to scritch something other than the head or neck, he usually tells me to go away because he is quite capable. And one of his favorite things in the whole wide world is an eye socket rub. He just loves that. And he loves it when I get down here too. Yeah, right in the ear. I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a hole of his ear. But this is a section of face that he cannot preen himself unless he uses a claw. Oh, he's blushing a bit. Do you see that little pink happening? He's just enjoying it so much. He closes his eye, just absolute trust. Good. Yeah, a little beak going. Is that good, buddy? Yeah, you're welcome. Oh yeah, favorite scritchy in the whole wide universe. But that's how Tycho likes to be scritched. Max goes in for a full body massage. He has no limits on being touched, with the exception of the top of his head. He has to feel safe and trusted to let you touch the top of his head. I think he had some feathers pulled out of his crest when he was younger. And oh my goodness, Sue, thank you. Sue just sent us $10 as a super chat. It was so super thoughtful of you, Sue. Oh, my bird. Yeah. Yeah, but definitely, you know, Tycho loves his head scratched, and Max will put up with it. Sometimes if he's really itchy, sometimes if he's really relaxed, he's in the mood for a scritchy. But with Max, you know, if somebody he does not know wants to give him a scritchy, you know, he'll prefer anything but the head. And then when he gets to trust them, like when he gets to, Lori, a friend of ours, Gonzo the Great's
You probably remember Gods of the Great. She has a number of other flocks as well. A number of other birds in her flock. But she can touch Max on the head. He'll let her, but she has to just approach really quietly. But he knows her. He trusts her. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, Tycho knows he has the floor. But you just look at the way he got into that scritchy and just said, yes, give me a scritch. Well, Buzz, you have yourself a good evening. Congratulations on understanding the scientific background of Tycho's name. That's not something I expect most people to clue in on. I thought that was super cool. Yeah, have a great day, Buzz. Yeah, big yawn from Tycho. Are you tired, buddy? Are you tired? Would you like another toy? Let's see what else we've got for a Tycho toy. Tycho sometimes enjoys playing with Lego. Let's just try one more toy and see if you're in the mood, buddy. Would you like to play with a bit of Lego, buds? In the mood for Lego? Let's flip it over. Oh, you're not in the mood. How about a smaller piece of Lego? How about if I make it smaller? Yeah. Tycho sometimes has his own ideas on what he wants to play with. How's that? Is that a smaller piece of... You want a scratch? Yeah, he does not want Lego. He wants a head scratch. You saw the way he just ducked his head and gave me the little side eye as if to say, what are you waiting for? Oh, I feel some new feathers in there, bud. Yeah. Oh, right under the jawline. Does that feel good? Yeah. You're pretty lucky getting a scritchy like that. Yeah, Tycho's feathers feel quite different from Max. Tycho's feathers are kind of wiry. They're a little bit stiffer. Max is a lot softer. This is really noticeable when it comes to some of the wing feathers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Is that good? Yeah, you're a real cuddler today. Do you like that Lego now? No, woman, you were my scratchy slave. But yeah, it's sort of at the end of a molt, so Tycho knows that he wants some fresh scritchies. He knows what feels good. Okay, Tycho's not in the mood for toys right now. I'm just going to move the toys. Hi. Hi. Are you highing me, Tycho? Oh, my bird, you are highing me. Yeah, he just loves having his ear rubbed. A little bit of a love fest for Tycho today. Sue, we're really glad that you've got the community here. Last week, actually, on the stream, a couple of people did exchange email addresses. I always get a little bit nervous when people post email addresses publicly. I'm really glad to see everybody just posted and pulled down. But I am going to offer, Max the Moluccan has a relatively public email address, which is maxmoluccan@gmail.com. You know, it's kind of easy to remember as well, but if you're a member of the flock and you want to connect with somebody, you're welcome to connect through me. If you message me and say, hey, can you connect me with Sue? What I'll do is I will message Sue and see if Sue's okay with it. And if Sue says yes, then I will pass on the email address just to create a connection. So if I know some of the normals do, some of our regulars do like to, the normal viewers do like to connect with each other and check in on each other. So that offer's there. So feel free to reach out to me. And I do protect privacy. I will check before I share something but that might be a good way if you are looking to connect with somebody in the flock. So it's also so cool that I had Sue's email address so I could reach out to her when she went MIA and just check that everything was okay. So that was kind of cool as well, because I know some of us were a little bit concerned. So that offer's there. You do have the email address for maxthemoluccan@gmail.com. Yes, Pie Girl are normals. Apparently I can't speak the words today. Laugh at me, absolutely. I think everybody here knew exactly what I was looking for. The regulars. I mean, we're all bird lovers. Is that normal? Isn't that right, Tycho? Yeah. Oh, you're blushing right now. You see, when Tycho really gets into a scritchy like that, he relaxes, he opens up some of the blood vessels in his face, and his face being so white. And let me just go in here. Just a little bit of a close-up with the camera. Oh, I'm going to jiggle for a minute. Sorry. Tycho may or may not appreciate this. But when I go in, you can see how white Tycho's face is. And when he blushes, you can really see around his eyes when he's blushing. It does go a little bit pink. If he's really enjoying something, he'll blush. If he's really enjoying a scritchy or a snack, he'll blush. It's also something with grays. Tycho has had a few black eyes in his life. And I think all birds have, you know, a night scare or something, they run into something, and the next thing you know, you've got all this bruising around the eye area. Normally you don't see a bruise on a bird because it's underneath feathers. But when you've got a face where the skin is white and there are no feathers covering that bald patch on the face, it is super, super easy to see if some birdie gets a bruise. So I always feel terrible. But that's happened with a few night frights, hasn't it, buddy? Ah, yeah. There's your close up. So Tycho's being pretty good with the camera despite the fact it's being handheld. You are adorable, buddy. I just love his feathers. I've been very, very fortunate. Tycho has never plucked, knock on wood. You know, he's been really, really good. I think the worst we had was a night fright last year when Tycho managed to release a whole bunch of primary flight feathers. Yeah, Tycho's getting ready for a nap, definitely. Definitely. KT Spirit, a sun lobster. Absolutely. Tycho does look like a sun lobster. Mind you, so do I. Last Sunday, when I took Max out for a walk, I didn't have a hat on, and I turned the top of my head into a sun lobster. Not too happy during the week. No, he's being pretty good about the camera right now. He's getting a little bit of stink eye, but he's been hanging out with it, and I think he's relaxed. He's ready for a nap. Yeah, yeah. But I think it's about time to call it a day for Tycho. We've sort of had a double stream today, but I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you once again for the super chats. Thank you, Sue. That was super, super sweet of you. Totally unexpected. Yes, Connie, another sun lobster, huh? That's what we're going to call ourselves. Instead of flockers, we'll call ourselves the sun lobsters. Oh, is it nap time, buddy? Yeah, it's definitely nap time. Yeah, we'll see everybody tomorrow on Einstein's stream. And of course, there's always next week as well. Lots of fun vids to come. Sending out a bok to everybody. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy. And if you're where there's some storms, stay indoors. Take care.